that's a plan. I've got no intention of going home. My dad's still alive. He's 91. He still plays golf twice a week, which is pretty good for a 91-year-old guy. Yeah, so really the plan is to stay here. I'm actually trying to get him to come and live here, but he's living on his own. There's no point living in Scotland in winter. 91.
Holy cow!
91. Yeah. He still plays golf twice a week.
He'd love I would think he'd love the warm weather there. I know. I love.
Yeah,
the
he does.
Weather.
He loves the warm weather. Yeah. He spends his life in his shorts, you know. So
it's Scotland in your shorts. That's got to be an expensive heating bill in the winter. It's getting more expensive. That's what I said to him. For what he pays for his electricity and gas now, he can have a condo here. It's fun, but Americans are always good fun to me. I've actually got a quick story. When I was working in Woodstock in Oxford, I had an American lady and her Asian girlfriend, and I was going on holiday the following day. So I've come to Thailand the following day, and she said to me, "Oh, will you do me a favor?" Yeah, okay, go. So she said to me, "Will you take my dad with you?" Your dad? So she went into her bag and came out with this marble, you know, marble size, perfect size marble, a bit misshapen. And I went, "It's your dad?" She says, "Yeah." When they had him cremated, they had him compressed into carbon or into glass. Really?
Really?
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah. So I'm actually, I said, "Yeah, okay." So he's actually in my wash bag
right now.
Yeah. You want to see it?
So her dad is in Thailand.
Yeah, every place that I go, he goes. You know.
Does she check in with you from time to time to see who her dad is?
Yeah, occasionally I'll send her a message and say, "Oh, I'm just going to such and such. I go to Scotland and I'm moving to Dublin." You know, but your dad's always in my wash bag.
So this is Dan of Vagabond Awake, and today I feel lucky to have Gary as a guest star on the channel because, well, I like his story, and I think you will too. And Gary's, well, let's just jump into it. First of all, welcome, Gary. It's a pleasure to meet you in person over the internet.
Thanks very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Right.
So yeah, 30,000's top whack, you know. But if you want to go out to the bar every night or, you know, chase women, yeah, you can double that easily.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You
know, but I've always said that because when I lived in Dublin and lived in the UK, I lived a very simple life as well, you know. So I'm not doing anything different here than I did there.
So what would you, if you were going to say the major difference between living in Southeast Asia, maybe, or Thailand in particular, and living in, you know, the UK or Europe, what's the main difference, would you say? And why do you think a lot of people are moving?
Well, the reason I've moved, absolutely honestly, is the economy. On my pension, I couldn't have a reasonable retirement. I could live okay, but I couldn't travel.
Right.
You know, there's no way I could travel on my pension. You know, the UK pension is one of the worst in the whole of. In fact, I think it's the worst in Europe. Even though we're paying for 30 years, you know, to get this pension. But that is a big thing. You need to look at the possibilities, how you're going to live in your home country,
right?
To what you can live here. I'm living on 750. That would cost me 500 for rent in UK. You know, so then you're living on beans after that. You know, so it makes no sense. And I always say that I'd rather be skint in the sun than skint in the cold.
Yeah. And would you say that it's does it feel like it's a step down in life to live in Thailand versus Scotland because it's cheaper, or do you think it's equal? What are your thoughts about the comparative lifestyle?
It's fantastic. No, it's great. It's simple. It's nice. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I look at the window and think, "Well, I'm really here." You know, because it's taken me so long to get here. But no, I wouldn't swap it. Go back to UK only if I needed a medical emergency, because certainly wouldn't go back for anything else. It's not on my horizon to go back to live in the UK.
Yeah.
There's not comparison with people. People is not a thing, but the economy, the weather. You know, who wants to go back to -5 degrees, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the coldest here gets about 23, 24, you know. And the Thai people's got a coach on.
Yeah, that's the funny part about it. Yeah, cold to a Thai or any of this Southeast Asian people is they put a coat on.
20 degrees.
I'm still in my shorts and I'm feeling warm in a t-shirt. And
yeah, we are, yeah. And they're looking at us thinking he's crazy, and I'm looking at them thinking they're crazy.
The other thing that's important to retirees is cost of living, and so what is a 1-bedroom cost there in where you are in Thailand roughly? A condo, I mean, an apartment or a condo or whatever.
Yeah, condo. I'm in a low-level condo. It's only 7 floors. The one I'm looking at now, which is just getting built, is 59 floors. You know, that's a monster.
Okay.
But my condo it's a corner unit. I showed you the pictures.
Amazing, amazing, gorgeous place.
55 square meters, and it cost me 10,000 baht, which is about 230 English pounds. I'm sure it's Great Britain pounds. Better not say after Scottish viewers. Great British pounds. And the dollar's pretty high just now. It's only 117. No, so 122 the dollar is the pounds now. So it's not that much. You know, you're probably looking at 270 maybe, $270. But it's $70. Yeah. So 230 pounds, 300 baht. It's about 230 pounds, $270.
Okay, yeah, that's a gorgeous apartment you're in.
So we actually got 3 pools because there's 2 buildings. There's a pool on each rooftop, and then there's the main pool at the bottom. That I don't use the main pool at the bottom.
Yeah, that's great. And so, what about your utilities per month? Your gas, electric, and water. What does that end up being?
It runs it in total. It's pretty cheap actually. I think the gas, the electricity, we have no gas here. It worked out at 1,400 baht, which is about maybe $50.
Okay.
And my water works out at 90 baht, which is £2.
Right.
It's about $2.50, which is nothing, you know. The whole thing, the whole thing is cheap.
And that's so that is pretty cheap because you've got the AC there. Would you run it? Would you say every night or?
Fan it at night. Yeah, because and sometimes, I mean, during the day, I can open this. I've got 2 sliding doors. Sliding door on this side, sliding door in my bedroom, and then I get a blow the draft through, you know. So I don't really use too much AC during the day. So it's quite good. Okay.
And what do you pay for internet roughly?
Tell the viewers, do not buy an internet package for your condo. I pay $6.50 a month, and I've just had every week I lose connection for a day or 10 hours, and I actually lost connection before you came on, but at 9 o'clock this morning, and it came back on again about 2:10. So I was scrapping around trying to connect to a hotspot, panicking, thinking, "Oh my God, what's happening?" But yeah, you know what? If you've got a decent package now, Thai internet is normally very, very good, but my hotspot runs my whole thing, and my TV, my video, my computer, everything that I've got, and my personal Wi-Fi is 399 baht a month, which is less than $10.
That's great. I'm in the Philippines now, and I'm running off my hotspot on my phone, which is just an Android phone, and I think it's $16 a month. So, and
that's what you need. That's all you need.
It's more reliable than the land internet. So.
And I've got I've got 2 TVs, I've got my laptop, I've got a tablet, 2 phones. You know, more technology that I can shake and stick it.
So rather than drag you through each item, what would you say you're spending all in every month, just roughly on average per month to be there,
including my utilities?
Right.
Yeah, about 30,000, which is about £750. You're looking at 825, $850 maybe.
Wow, and that apartment you're in, that's great.
Yeah, well, that takes up a third of it, but because I'm not a social animal, you know, I'm not out on the lash.
Yeah,
you know, I don't drink much. I shop in macro, in bulk,
Right.
which is fantastic. You know, I went shopping last week. I spent 2,000 baht, which is about £50 ish.
Yeah.
And I got enough food to last me all month. Chicken, pork, Australian minced beef, you know, lots and lots of it, because the value is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
really
need
is.
milk. I just need my milk and bread, normal consumables, you know.
Right.
You know, I come and I brought an Android, not an Android, an Amazon Fire Stick with me as well that I plug in.
Right. And that runs.
So it's great.
Yeah.
It runs, yeah, I get Netflix and Amazon Prime and whatnot. And I've also got a VPN that I can watch UK stuff, you know, if I want to watch. So it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's win-win, you know.
Yeah. For those who don't know, VPN, virtual private network, is it's kind of a spoofing mechanism where the service in a foreign country thinks you're local, so you're able to get things like you would in your home country, even though you're somewhere else. So
The entertainment zone for a few beers with the guys last night, you know.
Yeah.
And this American guy, he's a great character. He's 75, you know, but he's getting a bit deaf, you know. So everything's a bit of a, hey, what? I go, oh my God, you know. And sometimes it's the accent, and sometimes you just can't hear, you know.
yeah,
And he picks up places. And he picks up places. He's got loud music. I thought, oh, no, you can't hear anything.
he's probably too many rock concerts when he was. If he's 75, he was, you know, a
Yeah.
teenager at the height of the loudest rock music out there. So, so Gary, where are you from? Where in the world are you from? And why did you decide to leave your home country?
Well, originally I'm from Scotland. I'm from Dundee, which is on the east coast between Edinburgh and Aberdeen.
Okay.
I've been away from Dundee since 1984, on and off. I've travelled around, been in the hospitality trade, you know, hotel management, bar restaurant management, you know, all this type of thing. So I've been a bit of a gypsy for the last 30 years, I feel like, 35
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, nearly 40 years, yeah. So this was always the plan, that when I retired, I was going to come back to Thailand. I came to Thailand first in 2005 with my ex-wife, with some friends who were looking to buy a house.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they bought the house, and I thought, okay, I've seen it, I'll never go back again. And then I became addicted to Thailand, so I came back and back and back, and it's home now, you know.
Yeah, it grows on you. So where are you now in Thailand?
I'm in a little place called Chom Tien, which is about 6 miles south of Pattaya. It's great. It's so quiet. As the Thais would say, 𝗪𝗪𝗪, which means chill time. You know, it's not busy. There's a lot of big condos around, but there's no one in them.
So tell us a little bit about what it's like living in Thailand and in terms of how people react to you there. Would you say the Thai people are very friendly, or more friendly than the Scottish? About the same, or what are your thoughts about that? Or
Thai people are amazing. They're one of the nicest people you can ever meet. They will literally do anything for you. You know, if you ask them a question, they'll go out of the way to find an answer. Even if you were struggling for translation, we use Google Translate, and then they'll find an answer. You know, so no, generally it's pretty good. The Scottish people are very, very same, and I've been lucky enough to live in some fantastic places, like Edinburgh, Newcastle, and Sunderland, and they're all the same ilk. You know, they're all very, very helpful. Working class areas, very working class areas. You know, but they've got the sort of the attitude of everyone looks after everyone.
And so, when did you first think that you might want to retire overseas? When did that occur to you?
Oh, probably about 10 years ago. I was looking in advance, thinking I don't want to be in the UK. To be fair, the last few years of my working, I really didn't want to be there. You know, I had done 33 years. I've done 33 years in the hospitality trade, which is a long time, you know.
So now that you're off the hamster wheel or the rat race or whatever you want to call it, what do you do for fun there in Thailand?
Well, I'm on the beach every morning about 6:30. I'm kicking off a new YouTube channel, which you can see here. Retired in Thailand, or retired in Asia. Sorry, I've already got a YouTube channel in India called Clueless Reacts, which is just a reaction channel. And a friend of mine, Indian friend of mine from Bangalore, we got into this last year past February, during COVID just to do something, you know.
Right.
And it's been pretty much fun, you know.
Yeah,
I made no money at it, but that way.
Yeah, and for listeners, I'll put links below so you can check out what Gary's been doing on YouTube.
Okay.
And so they can see what you're up to, Gary. So how do you stay connected to your family and friends when you're living in a foreign country?
Well, normally my dad phones me every week. He phones me on Messenger, because if I phone him on Messenger, he doesn't know how to pick up. So he phones me. Well, we have about half an hour. Well, 91, it's not bad, you know. 91, we chat for half an hour, 40 minutes, you know, and it's normally the same questions. How's the golf? Any news? Who's died? You know, that's about it. Yeah. Well, when you get to 91, there's always somebody dying, you know. So that's pretty much the gist of the conversation. But every week I always send a weekend bunch of pictures to Facebook, to Messenger, just to pee the guys off for work.
Oh, good.
You know, say, happy Saturday from the beach, you know, and there's some great beach shots, you know.
What the hell is Gary doing now?
Yeah. And even last week, I didn't send him one of the weekends, but I sent him one of a bottle of beer on Monday.
So one of the things retirees always talk about, they always want to know about is, do you carry some kind of health insurance? And if so, what does it cost? Or do you just pay as you go? What's your story on health insurance?
Health insurance is very expensive. Very, very expensive. I've got with my bank. I'm with Bank. I've got a health insurance built in. It's not major, but it's still, it'll do for clinic visits and things like that. If anything major kicked up, I would have to go back to UK. You know, because you're looking at 25, 30, 40K big treatments here, which is too much to be thrown away. You know. But yeah, and to be fair, touch wood, I've been remarkably healthy in my 66 years. And all my family, including my dad, is super healthy, you know.
Yeah, those Scottish genes are pretty strong, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, even through COVID, you know, not one of us had a slight sniffle. You know, we sort of battled through it, and I think it's because that, especially on my side, and my son as well, he's in hospitality as well. With having the contact over 30 years of snotty noses and and people coughing at you, you tend to build up this huge intolerance, you know.
Yeah,
which is but it's I think it will run you in good stead, you know. Please God.
So, are you on a retirement visa, or how are you handling the whole?
No, I'm on a retirement visa. Yeah.
Which one did you go for?
The full package. The only thing I can recommend is that you go to an agent to do it, because doing it yourself is a lot of work. Visits to embassies and notary, this, that, and next thing. An agent will set you back 20,000 baht, maybe 25,000 baht, but it's so easy. You give them your passport, you go to immigration, you get your photograph taken, they fill in everything for you, you get your passport back, job done, 3 months. So I just got my passport back on Monday. I'd given handed into the agent to get my 90 days. So you need to you need to show yourself every 90 days. Your passport's got to go back to re-stamped. Another bit of paper in it, so my passport's about to stick now with paper, you know. Yeah. So they do all this in the package, and after your initial fee, I'm going to be paying about 12,000 baht per year to get all this done, which is absolutely nothing, you know.
Yeah, it's an annual thing. You've gone on.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you that want more detail, I'll put a link below of one of my guests who described the different options about that. And also you could go over to Gary and pick his brain too on his channel. That link will be below too. Yeah, of course.
And for accommodation wise, I would always recommend that you rent, don't buy.
Right.
You know, buying is property's got up, and for what I'm paying rent wise, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense. And if I want to move, I can do. You know, I can move tomorrow without any sort of hassle, you know.
Yeah, well, Gary, it's been fun chatting with you, and thanks for sharing your story. There are a lot of people around the world that could benefit from this kind of move, and it's nice to hear that you feel that it's even though it's cheaper, it's a good life. It's nice to hear that.
Oh yes, it's it's tremendous. I mean, my best buddy, who's of course in Dublin, Joe. I've known him for 11 years. He's retiring in January, and he's doing the same. And just hop on a plane. So he's been here many times, more than me, in fact. So, but he's doing the same. This is, and he says that the way that the bills have gone up in Dublin so much, even this year, makes it a no-brainer. For what he's paying again for his electricity and gas, he could live like a king in a condo.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense. At the end of the day, you look after number one. Yeah?
Thanks so much, Gary.
All right, Dan. Take care.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Take care.
And you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, if you liked our video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Any of that would help our business. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Click the link in the notes below this video to get a copy of this content. Plus, grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years. While you're there, check out our catalog of retired cheap reports all over the world and our hobby income course that we just released. Thanks so much.